Hey, what's up, my fried heads? It's your boy J Rock. Now, today I'm gonna be hitting you with a review with something from the house of Perry Ellis. This is from their Oud line. And after this, I'm gonna be recording a haul video. In that video, this one's gonna be included in there because this is one of the bottles I got from the last 2 weeks. I got another, I got another box coming in right now. I think it's at the post office as we speak. So that I'm gonna save for a separate video, for another haul video. Okay, so let's get to it. What are we gonna be sipping on today? Today I haven't tried these. I tried the regular Patron. Saw these little bottles, $10. I said doesn't hurt. This is it says imported premium reserve, extra fine. It's mango liquor. So this is mango flavored. Uh, it has 35% alcohol. It's a little bottle. They were like $9 at the market. I was like, that's not bad. And then it's a Patron. So mango flavor, like these bottles as well. I don't really know what I would mix this with. I don't really want to drink it straight because it's a really great price though. You buy two of these for 20 and that's a full 750 mils. Got my ice right here. Ah, that's pretty strong. Mix it with some soda. Hopefully that doesn't ruin the whole flavor right that I'm going with right now. All right, let's get down to the review. This is the box. Fearless Black Vanilla Absolute. It's the box. Digging the box, it has this design that it's embossed. It pops out. Has it on the sides as well. Have your info here from the company and so forth. It's a eau de parfum and it's 3.4 ounce, being the 100 mil. Bottom of the box. It's nice, decent box. Now this is the bottle itself. Has like a little metal plate right there saying says Perry Ellis Oud Black Vanilla Absolute. So this is their Oud line. Nice bottle, got some weight to it. This is the top. Each top, I think they have three of them. Each top, the colors in here are different. One is red, one's green, and this one's black. Top has a little weight to it. It's I don't see anything else inside it. This is the Atomizer. We'll get to the spray in a minute when it's time to talk about the scent. In the bottom here, you got all your info you're gonna need. Pretty good presentation. I like it. I'm digging the box, but the box is not that important. The bottle I do somewhat care about because as a collector, sometimes you even buy just for the bottles. You like the way they present themselves on your shelves or your dresser or whatever. Much like when you collect statues or other stuff, you just like the way it looks. For like kind of you can use them even just for decoration sometimes. So yeah, I rambled on a little bit there, but anyways, I do like the bottle, but it does have its issues. You see this thing? It's a little wonky. You see how it's flimsy, it moves around a little. The sprayer's not the best either. Sometimes you press it and little drips come out, it squirts. We'll get to that right now when I spray it when we get to the scent. And sometimes it's you kind of how some you can press as to your liking, according to your liking. This one you can't. You gotta press all the way down so it can spray good. If you half-pass it and just half spray, it squirts a lot. So that's an issue for me. It's a no-go. So yeah, that's one thing I didn't like as well. You gotta spray it full on all the time. Sometimes you just wanna spray a little bit. You don't wanna go too hard on it. And if you do that, it drips. So for that, I have to probably drop it to like a 7 because of those issues. The price for this one is it's all over the place because this one I think it was like some type of limited line that Perry Ellis had. So limited means it's they have a certain amount and then they just kind of discontinue it, I guess regardless of sales. And so the price is all over the place because you have to buy it on the secondary market. And we all know right there, sometimes it could be $50, sometimes it could be 100, sometimes it could be 80. It's just everywhere. On the original price, this used to go on the gray market for about 35. At 35, I'll say definite buy. Grab it. Even at 45, I say grab it. It's definitely worth the price. Now, once you get to other prices, I'll get to that in a minute once we talk about the scent and so forth. So I can't really grade the price because it's kind of like a discontinued fragrance. You know what? I need to do a video on just all the discontinued fragrances I have. I think I have enough to do a video on that where it won't run too long, but it'll have enough variety. Okay, so we just scratched the price gets no greater to the performance. Talk about that a little. I had about 7 hours give or take. It usually was 7 hour ballpark with 5 to 6 sprays. That's usually where I was at. So the longevity, I had no issues. It's 7 hours is all I need. If I get more, that's cool. That's a bonus, but I'm perfectly happy with that. The projection now, it's kind of strong for the first about hour and a half. After that, it settles a little, but it's still, at least on my skin, it's still very much present. It's still there. People will still notice it. I remember I was in the elevator about 3 hours after I applied, and somebody told me like, "Oh, you smell tasty." So they still was smelling the fragrance itself. It has kind of a gourmand, edible type of scent to it because of the vanilla. It has black vanilla, so that's very edible. Whenever I think black vanilla, I think kind of like it reminds me of baking because it's black vanilla, so you know that black syrupy vanilla that comes in little glass bottles. My mom's used to put it on like when she baked like cakes and stuff like that. She used to put that in the whatever you call that thing when you're mixing the dough or whatever to make the cake. That on there, and you get that strong smell in this. So that'll when I apply it, it reminds me of baking for that reason. It takes me back to when I used to live with her and when she'll cook or bake or whatever. She was a big fan of using that vanilla liquid. So yeah, so it definitely I could definitely see why people say it's gourmand and it smells tasty. It reminds you of food. I definitely get that. That could get behind that thought process that goes there. People, if they're close enough, they'll smell it. If they, it won't fill a room, so if they're at a distance, they might not. But if you're like having a conversation with someone where you're close to each other, they're gonna catch a whiff and they'll know you're wearing something vanilla related, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna hit the performance with like a 9.5. It's pretty perfect, as close as you can be to it. It's not beast mode, there's stronger performers out there. For the scent it is, the style that it is, it's good the way it is. This is something you want to not be too strong. And let's check out the sprayer and get into the scent real quick. A ver, completely missed, I think. Just in case. One thing about this, right when you spray, this is an EDP, it's an eau de parfum, but you get a strong alcohol blast. That's typically you would get that from a EDT. You would get this strong alcohol smell, and on this one you get it on the opening. So usually when that happens, you think cheap or whatever. So it is what it is, but it's crazy that it says EDP and you still get that. It's kind of oily. I don't know if you can see my arm. It's a little shiny because of the spray. You can't really tell because the light makes my skin look shiny anyways. Yeah, man, I tell you, if I don't moisturize, my skin gets all oily and shiny. I hear it's not a bad thing though. I hear that means your skin is healthy. It's hydrated. Yeah, I get a strong smoky scent there, a smoky note. I gotta guess it's that agarwood. That's what it has to be. Mixed with the booziness, gives it a kind of smoky incense type feel to it. I went to an arcade bar in Koreatown, and there I met up with some friends, and one of them actually told me, because I smoke cigars. One of them actually told me when we were drinking right there while we're playing the arcades, and they have like a patio area where go for out there too, and people go out there to smoke. So I was playing one of the arcades that's closest to the ones that are outside where that area would be. And he actually tells me, "Oh, you brought some cigars. That one smells good. Let me get some of that one." I was like, "Nah," I go, "I didn't bring one." He's like, "Oh, then what's that smell?" He goes, "You smell like you've been smoking." And he actually thought like, "Oh, that cigar smells good. Which one's what kind is that? Like, let me get some of that." So I guess that's kind of like a accidental compliment of my fragrance. They liked the way the fragrance smelled, thinking it was a cigar. But in my head, I was like, I do get a little bit of a smoky type of feel to it. It got a little bit of that going on. I guess that adds to that to give it that sexiness. In my opinion, it get depending on not smoke like a chimney, but certain types of cigarette smokes or cigar smokes can come off as attractive, kind of sensual. And this has some of that going on. You know what? I wrote down the notes real quick. I usually like to write down the notes and the perfumer if I can find them, and everything else I just wing it. So here's the notes, what it says, and I'm gonna tell you what I get. The note says opening it's rum and vanilla. Then it says mid note is agarwood, and base is black amber and tobacco. Now, right when I spray this, what I get is kind of a smoky incense type of smell. I get that along with the light touch of vanilla, but I get more the smoky feel. At least to my senses, that's what pops more in the opening. And you do get a little bit of a boozy note, almost like, I don't know, like rum or cognac. Once I give it a 10-15 minutes, the vanilla starts to develop, so it gets a little stronger, and it becomes, what I get a lot is vanilla and like a smoky wood type of scent. Once it gets there in about the 30-minute mark, 15-30 minutes, whatever, depending on the weather, depending on the day, it's to at least on my skin, it kind of stays there. It doesn't change much after that. I mean, the vanilla can get it settles down, and it can kind of take the front stage, if you will, and the smokiness is kind of in the background, but it stays there. Those are the main two notes I get. It's like a smoky wood incense type of thing, and the vanilla. It's definitely that syrupy vanilla though. Good vanilla that you would buy. The occasions I would wear this is maybe like going out to the movies when you're gonna be close to the person you're with. You're trying to impress her. It's the only person that needs to be smelling you, right? Dinner in a movie. This will be perfect for that because that's gonna be about a 3-4 hour date, and this will last you that it will last you about 7 hours. So, this is perfect for those type of situations. And I can tell you, if it's a little windy, not if it's super cold and freezing, but if it's a little windy, like in your high 60s, this works pretty good because or that wind, it kind of you get more whiffs of it. It flies around a little. If it's flying around in the air, so the projection kind of spreads a little farther. It's very smooth too. Like not doesn't have a lot of depth to it in my opinion, but it's a nice scent, guys. I'll tell you that much. It doesn't go through a lot of progressions, however, but it's a nice vanilla. It says wood. I really don't get any. Well, I guess the smoky burning wood scent I get. I guess could be the oud. There is no oud note in it, but I guess that would be it. I guess some of that for sure. Is this a buy? This is where it's gonna get tricky. Cause me, the scent itself, I give the scent like a 8.25. It's a really nice scent, very pleasant. Now, is it a buy though? I'm gonna tell you this. Overall, like if you find this at 35 bucks, 40 bucks, it's a 10. If you find this around $60, 60, 70, it's like a 8. If you paying like 85, 100, it's like a 7, 6.5. You see what I'm saying? Hopefully, you kind of catch my drift there. So yeah, at around $40 ballpark, definitely pick this bad boy up. It's well worth it. Once we get into the higher numbers, you would be buying it for your collection because it's rare and you want the rare stuff in your collection, which I like doing that and when I collect stuff. So you will be buying it more for a collector reason than for the scent itself once you get into those higher prices. Because the scent itself, if you're just looking for the scent, at $100 you could probably find something else that smells similar or better. So yeah, like I said, at around the $40 ballpark, 40, $50, I picked this one up. You guys today, check me out on my social media. I'll put the links down below on my Twitter and my Instagram. And any comments you got, you want me, if you smelled this before, you own it, what price do you think is a fair price for this? And we have all those healthy discussions in the comment section, guys. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for taking some time out of your day because I know there's a million other fragrance videos out there, and if you chose to watch this one, I really appreciate it, guys. And I guess that's all I got for you today. And also, stay tuned for my haul video, my fragrance haul. That's gonna I'm gonna record it right now, and maybe I'll post it up the following day. All right, peace.